And the starting lineup for Buck Showalter's Arizona Diamondbacks this afternoon will have Devon White in center field leading off. David DeLucci in left field bats second. Jay Bell, shortstop, hitting third. Travis Lee at first base bats fourth. Matt Williams, third baseman, hitting fifth. George Fabregas will catch and hit sixth. Brent Brady will be in right field batting seventh. Andy Stankiewicz, the second baseman, hits eighth. Jeff Suppan, the pitcher, batting ninth. Phillies defensively will line up with Scott Rolen at third, Desi Relaford shortstop, Mark Lewis at second, Rico Brony at first, Mike Lieberthal catching. Greg Jeffries in left, Doug Glanville in center, and Bobby Abreu in right. And on the mound is Phillies right-hander Mike Grace.
Mike Grace is making his seventh start, and he's still trying to get on track. He's 1-4 with a 6.25 ERA, but he's shown signs of putting it together the last couple outings. But what's happening to Grace is when he's making a mistake, it's costly. His fastball's running back over the plate when he's been trying to get it away, and he's been getting the ball up a little too much. He's got to get back to the good command and consistency that he showed a couple of years ago.
Devon White will lead it off for Arizona. White batting at .283. Well, we're set to go here after the rain out last night. Phillies hostess Nancy Van Zandt of Ben Salem spent the rain out last night baking us cookies. Our thanks to Nancy. One strike to Devon White. Fouls it out of play, and Grace has the jump on him. No balls and 2 strikes. Umpires this afternoon, Charlie Williams calling the balls and strikes. Ed Rapuano at first, Bruce Druckman at second, and crew chief Frank Pulley at third. Fitting that Frank Pulley is here on Easton Area Day. Frank from Easton, Pennsylvania. Two balls and 2 strikes to Devon White. Ground ball shortstop, Desi Relaford. Throws out White, 1 down. It's chilly and it's rainy here at Veterans Stadium, but we are starting on time. 93% humidity, 59 degrees. Forecast is for off and on showers. If it doesn't rain any harder than it is right now, we will play the game in its entirety without delay. Hopefully it doesn't. Came down fairly hard about a half hour before game time and has subsided. They've already bagged their scheduled doubleheader at Shea Stadium, the Mets and the Cardinals. 1 strike to David DeLucci.
They've played in conditions worse than this already this year. It's just a very light drizzle, and it won't be that bad if it stays this way.
Ball's really going to take off on the AstroTurf because of the rains last night, and it's still a wet carpet out there, so the ball really skids and takes off.
And that wind's blowing in, too. The flag's blowing in, so it means the ball's going to be carrying out pretty good also if it's hit up in the air.
0-2 to DeLucci, who broke his bat on the foul ball. Paul Kleinbart of Philadelphia celebrated his 75th birthday yesterday. To David DeLucci. He's a 24-year-old out of the Baltimore organization. Came in the expansion draft, a second-round selection, 9th player in the second round. Making the jump from AA ball last year to the major leagues. Rips a base hit to right field. Taken on 2 hops by Abreu, and DeLucci is a 1-out base runner. Ball got through at second base, but backed up by Scott Rolen.
Well, it looks like they're trying to pitch DeLucci in. He throws a fastball away and then comes back in again, and it's a little too much of the plate there. DeLucci actually looked like he's kind of looking for something in. They've been pounding him in.
Brings up Jay Bell. He's hitting at .228. One ball and no strikes to Bell. 51st anniversary wishes to Harold and Virginia Mensch of Pennsburg, Pennsylvania. From their son Kevin and from us. Very high foul down the right field side, out of play.
The teams match up in some areas, in others not too much, but the record is a big difference. The average, they're not hitting real well in Arizona. The Diamondback Club, their offense has struggled some. One run less a game.
That ERA is the highest in the league.
They're definitely prone to the long ball.
They have the worst record in all of baseball at 8-27. Detroit finally got into double digits in wins yesterday. They have 10 wins. 2 balls and a strike to Bell. Runner goes and it's foul back, 2-2. Playing a little hit and run. The Diamondbacks don't steal many bases. They have the fewest steals in the National League, 9 of them.
Well, it's a little wet over there. He gets a pretty good jump. He looks in and see what's happening there. Sees that Jay Bell fouls it back.
Two and two to Jay Bell. Beats the ball foul, still 2-2. '50th anniversary, golden anniversary wishes to Leonard and Ruth Bloom, or Blum, B-L-U-M, of Philadelphia. They celebrated their golden anniversary yesterday. Wishes from great Phillies fan Doc Eisenberg and us.
Lucci's leg over there was kind of shaking a little bit, like he was anxious, like he wanted to get going. Best thing he can do is just hold the ball on somebody. He looks anxious, and sometimes they'll give it away.
That's what he would say, looks runnerish.
Runnerish.
Two balls and 2 strikes to Jay Bell. Bell hasn't been hitting much of late, but he's been getting a lot of walks in his last 2 games. He's walked 7 times. Smothers the ground ball to third. Rolen only 1 play to first base. Good. Oh, Brony was off the bag, so it's safe all around. It looked like Rico made a good stretch, but Ed Rapuano ruling that Brony was off the bag, so it'll probably be an error on Scott Rolen.
Now, Scotty's only got 1 play. The ball comes up, he throws it off balance, which he usually does. You see just his foot, just as he stretched for that ball, his foot just came off the bag, just a hair.
So the Phillies, who lead the league in fewest errors, have made an early one here. 2 men on base with 1 out for Travis Lee, who's hitting at .274. Leads his club in homers and in runs batted in. Highly touted rookie prospect who got the big signing bonus from these Diamondbacks. Ball's behind him, 2-0. So Mike Grayson, first inning trouble here.
Travis Lee with a big 3-run home run off of Tyler Green the first inning on Friday. Tyler shut him down after that.
Grace has fallen behind him, 3-0. Travis Lee will be 23 at the end of this month. San Diego State product. Combined last year at High Desert and Tucson, A-ball and AAA for 32 homers and 109 RBIs in his first professional season. Fly ball into left center field. Jeffries tracks it down. That's out number 2. And a big out for Grace, who got behind him 3-0 and came back to get him. 2 away here in the first.
Well, he's just sitting on a fastball, and Gracie wants to throw a strike, gets it down, keeps it down low and away from him, where it's a lot tougher to do something with that ball.
Here's Matt Williams. He's hitting at .268. He's always dangerous, but particularly now in an 0 for 18. He doesn't have many overs.
No. He's always dangerous.
One strike to Matt Williams. Wasn't particularly happy with the call. He's worn out left-hand pitchers this year, but not right-handers. Two strikes to Williams.
And that's right where you need to pitch Matt Williams. He likes to get those arms out. You can run that fastball up and in on his hands. A lot better chance of having success against him.
Birthday wishes to Freddie Day, grandson of Fred and Antoinette Day, in the Phillies press room. Freddie celebrating the lucky 13th today. Oh, and 2 the count to Matt Williams. 2 men on base, 2 outs here in the first. Just a little bit wide. 1 ball and 2 strikes. John and Ann Ryan-Cabbage of the area celebrating their 51st anniversary right here at Veterans Stadium on this Mother's Day. Starting to rain here. Struck him out. So Grace survives the hit in the air. No runs. 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left after 1/2. Diamondbacks nothing, and the Phillies are coming to bat. In the first half, Phillies batting bottom of the first. Terry Francona's lineup. Doug Glanville center field leads off. Greg Jeffries left field batting second. Scott Rolen at third base hits third. Rico Bronya, the first baseman, batting fourth. Mike Lieberthal catching, hitting fifth. Bobby Abreu in right field bats sixth. Mark Lewis, second baseman, hitting seventh. Desi Relaford, the shortstop, bats eighth. Mike Grace pitching and hitting ninth. Defensively for the Diamondbacks, Matt Williams at third, Jay Bell shortstop, Andy Stankiewicz at second, Travis Lee at first, George Fabregas behind the plate, David DeLucci in left, Devon White in center, and Brent Brady in right. Jeff Suppan on the mound.
Jeff Suppan's making his 7th start of the year. He was a starter in each of their last 2 wins, although he wasn't the pitcher of record, as both games went 11 innings. But he's 0-3 with the high ERA of 6.21, but he's pitched well his last 2 starts. He's only given up 3 runs in 12 1/3 innings. Last year with Boston, faced the Phils on June 18th in his only appearance against them, and went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits and only 1 earned run in a 4-2 Boston win.
Suppan, a 23-year-old out of Encino, California, delivers a fastball for a strike. We are playing in a steady rain. Well, the forecast calling for this all day. They'll probably try to play through it. Once the game starts, it's in the hands of the umpires, and the crew chief is Eastern Pennsylvania's Frank Pulley. So he has the decisions to make today. Liquid sunshine, Frank. See, the ball goes so hard off the turf. That's a play Matt Williams normally would make, but that ball was hit hard, and on this wet turf, it just leaps past you. It'll be a base hit for Glanville.
All you can do is take a swipe at it. That's your only chance. You see here, Glanville Hits his fastball up and in. It's just there's no chance. I mean, he's playing in because of Glanville's speed. He can't bunt, so the third baseman's playing him in. He's got no time to react. It's a swipe and a prayer.
Doug Glanville now with a 9-game hitting streak after his 14-gamer was halted at Cincinnati by Pete Harnish and Mark Hirschbeck. His 14th, the second highest. Andres Galarraga had a 15-gamer stop last night. He has the longest hitting streak in the National League. One ball and no strikes to Greg Jeffries. Doing nothing. Send our very best wishes for a speedy recovery to Terry Ringer of Flemington, New Jersey. Terry, our thoughts and prayers are with you. God bless you. Very high, ball 3. So Suppan digging a hole for himself here in the bottom half of the first inning. Glanville at first and nobody out. Got that one over. 3-1. Jeffries batting at .302. Playing on a tender ankle, but he's been hitting the ball well in this series and in this homestand. Glanville goes. The pitch is low. It doesn't matter. He walked in. 2 men on base. Nobody out here in the first inning for Scott Rolen. Buck Showalter hasn't had too many laps this year. Rolen batting at .278. 4 homers. He has knocked in 19. Inside 1-0. Send our best to Arlene Sweeney from Northeast Philadelphia. 78 years young. Arlene's feeling better real soon. Chase the low breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rolen.
Oh, Scotty's sitting on a fastball. He's ahead in the count. Sitting on it and sees a fastball out there. What he thinks is a fastball, and a good slider right at the last minute takes a dip on him.
Laid off that one. 2 balls and a strike. Suppan was drafted out of high school by Boston, a 2nd-round draft pick of the Red Sox. He came in the expansion draft. He was the 2nd player selected in the expansion draft by Arizona. He took 2 pitchers right out of the chute. Took Brian Anderson first and then Suppan. And Suppan is digging a hole for himself here. 3-1. Fabregas out to talk to him. Phillies have 2 men on base, nobody out in the bottom of the first.
Suppan used that pretty good control. He's only had 8 walks in 33 plus innings, 33 1/3.
Rolen will look for a fastball to drive here. Got it, but didn't drive it. Out of play, a full count, 3-2.
Well, he's sitting on the fastball. He just
It's fouled back, so the runners were moving. The only thing that makes that play dangerous is a line drive means a triple play.
Yep. He had a pretty good pitch to hit right there.
Runners go again. Fouls it back again. Send our very best to Tom Kelly from Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania. From Fan Accommodations, hostess Debbie Bruner, and from us, Tom recuperating from medical treatment. Great Phillies fan. Hope Tom's feeling better real soon. Ground ball in the hole. Glanville makes a base running mistake, but they throw it away, and he's safe. And the Phillies have a 1-0 lead, and still nobody out. Should be an error on Jay Bell. He had all kinds of time to get Glanville. He could have set himself and made a throw. Instead, he bounced the throw up there, and Glanville scores. He was going all the way, so it is an error on Jay Bell. No RBI for Rolen.
The backhand there, he comes up. It looks like he didn't quite have control of it at first. If he bounce a little shorter, skip up, be perfect to Fabregas, or else get it there in the air, because he had time. Glanville actually stops there, and see, he comes in there as Fabregas can't handle it. The ball hit the dirt, skipped off of him.
Bills get a break there and lead at 1-0. Enrico Bronya bounces one just foul down the first base side. One strike to Bronya.
Was a hit for Rolen.
It is a hit for Rolen, but no RBI. The run scores on the throwing error on Jay Bell. No balls and a strike to Rico Bronya. Good fastball, 0-2 to Rico. You seen the sun this month yet, L.A.?
No.
I don't think so. You're kind of used to this, though, being from Seattle.
Yes.
Drafted by Seattle and being from the suicide capital of the nation.
This is a beautiful day in Seattle.
1-2. Pulls the ball down the right field line, a fair ball. One run will score, and another one's being waved around. The ball Brady can't pick it up. It's a double, 2 runs batted in. It's loose in the infield. Phillies lead it 3-0.
Bronya got a change up there just inside the line and just out of the reach of Travis Lee, and Brady's having trouble down there picking it up in the corner as it hit that cutout of the stands. Here you see the changeup after a pretty good changeup. It's down just off the glove of Travis Lee, and it bounces around down there, and Brady couldn't get the handle on it.
Rolen was going to score anyhow. He had been waved around, and Suppan hasn't retired a batter yet, and the Phillies have 3 runs across, and pitching coach Mark Connor comes out to talk to the right-hander. Well, the Diamondbacks, after the rain out, were disappointed that they weren't doubling up today instead of in August, because they have a late afternoon game in Arizona before they come to Philadelphia prior to that twilight doubleheader on August 20th. But the way they've started, maybe they're just as well off playing 1 instead of 2. It's a bouncing ball out there for Arizona. Here's Mike Lieberthal hitting at .210. 1 ball and no strikes. Let's pause for station identification on the Phillies Television Network.
You're watching Phillies baseball on WPHL TV Philadelphia.
Phillies have jumped to a 3-0 lead. Bronya at second and nobody out. 1-1 the count to Lieberthal.
There's really no reason for him to start an afternoon and play a 4:30 game when they know they have to fly out to the East Coast. You got the time change. I mean, that's really just kind of a, I guess, a not very smart thing for them to do.
Well, in August, it's so hot in Phoenix that they don't want to play day games. They want to play late afternoon or evening games. And late afternoon, their schedule will start at 4:30. I would imagine they could change the start time of that and play it at 1 o'clock.
Yeah. I mean, if it's 110 degrees or 102 degrees, there's not much difference to the players. Been out there, used to play in the Coast League and playing games at 7:30 that was 98 degrees.
2 balls and 2 strikes. They do have a roof, but it's a retractable roof, but that's for the rain. It's not air conditioned inside that ballpark.
It turns into a sauna. They got the hot tub out there already, and the pool and the outfield of that stadium, right behind, I believe, the right field wall. Cool off in between innings, take a little dip.
Two and 2 here to Lieberthal. Laid off the low slider. It's a full count. So Suppan, who gave the Phillies only 1 earned run in 7 innings last year while pitching for Boston, has surrendered 3 earned runs here in the first inning. That's laced to right center, make it 4 earned runs. Waltzing home is Bronya. Lieberthal at second with a double. It's 4-0 Phillies here in the first inning. Maybe snaps a mild over. He had been 0 for 10 prior to that double.
He gets this in the count. 3-2. Just gets that fastball up over the middle of the plate. Lieberthal does what you're supposed to do with that pitch.
And Florida already here in the first, Arizona already here in the first inning has to get some bullpen action. Bobby Abreu has been a hot hitter. Takes a strike. Barry Manuel is the right-hander up in the Diamondback bullpen. Abreu batting at .346, getting .556 in his last 6 ball games. 1-1. Loosen him up a little bit.
Well, as a pitcher, I mean, you start getting knocked around, sometimes you got to do those things. You got to let the hitter up there know you're out there and don't get too comfortable off me.
Fouls it out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That pitch before that, that low bridge, that bow tie makes that pitch he just threw there a much better pitch. Tough to go out there and dive out there after you take one almost at your lips.
One and 2 to Abreu. Suppan still looking for an out here in the first inning. That's going to be a fair ball. That's going to drive another run home. Phillies have 5 here in the first as Lieberthal scores. Abreu with an RBI double. 5-0 in the first inning. Phillies.
Abreu now 4 for his last 4 with men in scoring position. He has been on fire. Looks like a breaking ball or a changeup. Maybe a breaking ball or a changeup. It looked like Fabregas was sitting inside. I don't think that was a fastball. I don't know why you'd sit inside on something slow.
All right, L.A., if you were the Diamondbacks pitching coach and you went out to talk to Suppan at this point, what would you say?
Hot's on the left, cold's on the right.
Mark Lewis takes one inside for a ball, 1-0.
Johnny Padres would say, hey, you're still throwing a ball.
Still
good,
got good
man.
stuff. You got good stuff. 2 balls and no strikes.
I keep thinking about that Mark Davis from St. Louis when he was getting knocked around and gave up that grand slam to Brian Jordan, and Pods went out and was telling him that. And Mark Davis just looked at him. He says, Pods, what game are you watching?
Falling behind Lewis 3-0. I would imagine that if he doesn't retire Mark Lewis, he might be going to that hot left, cold right place. Birthday wishes to Shirley Bruner and Carolyn Nepo, the sister and niece of Greg and Debbie Bruner, celebrating on the same day, this May 9th. Walked him on 4 pitches. So in the inning, he has given up 5 hits, excuse me, and 2 walks. Thrown 34 pitches. And Suppan, in his first outing at Veterans Stadium, not real happy with the city of brotherly love.
He's been throwing the ball very well his last 2 starts. He's 12 in the 3rd innings, only 3 runs. But it's obvious he does not have as good command today. And I don't care what level you're at. If you don't have good command, you're not going to have a lot of success.
Missing to Desi Relaford. Desi leads all rookies in batting, and as we talked at the top of the show, here's a guy that really wasn't considered at all a Rookie of the Year candidate, but he's also all of a sudden vaulted himself into that category.
Well, I mean, I don't recall ever seeing him mentioned in that position in the winter, any magazines or any publications. And I tell you, he's a confident young man, and that's a lot of it right there. He believed in himself. He said it when they traded stock, when they talked to him. He says, I can do it. I know it's my turn, it's my time, and I just got to go prove it to him. And at this early stage of the season, he has definitely proven it to him.
Abreu is at second, Lewis at first, still nobody out in the first inning. Smothers a ground foul. It's still 1-2 to Desi Relaford. Send our best to Walter Duber Sr. of Conshohocken, Montgomery Hospital, watching the ball game, recuperating from pneumonia. Wishes from daughter Chris and son-in-law Chris and family. Walter, hope you're feeling better real soon. Chased a high fastball and struck him out. So that's the first out of the inning.
Well, after the slow stuff, he comes in and just gets that high fastball. Hitters see it up there, and it's tough to lay off of. Desi couldn't quite lay off of that one.
Brings up Mike Grace. I don't know, with a 5-0 lead, is an unwritten law that you don't bunt here?
I would bunt. As hot as Glanville's been, the way he's swinging a bat. Mike Grace definitely does not have sprinter-type speed. If he does hit a ball on the ground, you're talking double play.
He is around the bunt, and he takes it high, a snap throw to second, and close play. Abreu almost stuck himself in the mud out there at second base and didn't get the hand back to the bag.
We've seen Fabregas throwing the ball very well this series.
Yes, he's got a good arm. Watch Abreu, he's got just barely got the hand back.
That throws down a little bit. He's probably got him.
Bunts it foul. So 2 strikes to Grace. He has 1 sacrifice. He's 2 for 9 on the year. Phillies have 5 across here in the first. Terry Francona likes what he sees so far. And he'll be looking up to the rain gods to keep the rains away with this 5-0 lead in the first inning. Pops up the bunt attempt, caught by Matt Williams. So that's out number 2. And it'll bring up Doug Glanville, who started this inning with a base hit, extending his hitting streak to 9 consecutive games. Scored another run today. 27 runs scored. He's among the league leaders in that department. He's done an excellent job at the top of this lineup. Slider just missed, and Fabregas wants a word with Suppan. As all starting pitchers, preventing any lip reading whatsoever by the opposition. Mother's Day, 1998. Mom's got her soft style Phillies cap and little one in tow. 2 balls and no strikes. 387 during this 9-game hitting streak. Robert Whitman, Manheim, Pennsylvania, 70 years old yesterday. Belated birthday wishes to Robert. 3 balls and no strikes to Glanville. Gave him a 3-0 pitch that was over for a strike, 3-1.
Doug's been a little more selective up there in that first spot also.
Pops a foul coming behind the Phillies dugout and out of play. Bounces out of the crowd back onto the field. So the runners will be taking off.
Errant throw.
Full count to Glanville. Hard ground ball backhanded by Bell, and he throws out Glanville, and that will retire the side. Not before the Phils put 5 on the board. 5 hits, no errors, 2 left. After 1-5-0. Tomorrow, Mike Lieberthal and Mark Lewis spread some cheer with the kids on a visit to the Children's Seashore House.
What's your name?
George Fabregas will lead it off for the Arizona Diamondbacks here in the second inning. High for a ball, 1-0. Starting pitcher LA, you got that many runs early in the ball game. Does it change your approach at all with a 5-0 lead?
It shouldn't.
Line drive right field, and Abreu turned the wrong way. It goes over his head. Fabregas heading for second base, and he's safe on a close play. Abreu, who is tied for the league lead in assists, nearly nailed him at second.
Well, he's showing a great arm, but on the hit, the ball, Abreu got turned around. He almost, looked like he didn't think he was going to have a chance at him at second base until he turned around and saw the runner. Then he let it go. He's got a strong arm. Very accurate also. Fabregas just on the bag, and Desi tagged him a little high as he got the ball.
Brings on Brent Brady, who's hitting at 205. One strike to Brady.
Now, what you don't want to do here as a pitcher, you don't want to, especially this early in the game, you don't want to change your game plan. You got to stay with it. You start thinking about, well, just throw fastballs, just throw strikes. All of a sudden, you're giving something back. You're giving too much.
Breaking ball is low. It's 1-1. Lucille Ferriolo of Ventnor, New Jersey, celebrating her 75th birthday today. And a happy returns to Lucille. Raining again. I'm going to try to play through this rain. Not hard enough to stop play. Laced into right center field, and on the wet turf it'll go all the way back to the wall. Fabregas scores. Brady at second with a double, and it's a 5-1 ball game.
And that's the result of this wet turf. The ball just out of Mark Lewis's reach. You see his fastball. He wants it away. He gets it over middle end just past Lewis, but that ball, nobody's got a chance to get that before it gets to the wall, and it's just a result of that wet turf.
It'll bring up Andy Stankiewicz. Fly ball into right field. Abreu puts it away. It's one down here in the second. And pitcher Jeff Suppan will bat for himself. Suppan is 2 for 11 this year, 2 for 13 lifetime. Bills lead 5-1. We're in the second. One strike to Suppan. Ball on the strike. It back to the tip of the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Keep it in there, Mike. Come, Mike. Come on.
Pops a foul back and out of play. Phillies pitching coach Galen Cisco. It's hit sharply foul past Dwayne Murphy, the first base coach. Brady, the runner at second base, with 1 out and a run across here in the second. Just got a piece of it. Stays alive at 1-2. Dennis Ward of Northeast Philadelphia, 77 years old on this May 10th. Now Suppan is making Grace work here. He's fouling off pitches. Still a ball and 2 strikes.
Gracie's gotten a couple pitches up to him. That slider before that pitch, if he gets it down, I don't think he can reach it.
Well, the Diamondbacks will head home after this long trip. They'll be facing the Cubs tomorrow. No day at the beach tomorrow for them because they'll be facing Kerry Wood, the 20-year-old rookie sensation, coming off his 20 strikeout, 1-hit performance against Houston.
Did you see the highlights of that?
Yeah.
That was some kind of stuff.
Really? Phils will go to Los Angeles. Matt Beach against Darren Dreifert tomorrow. Hit him. Brushed his uniform.
Charlie's the only one that know it hit him. Suppan didn't appear to know it hit him. He throws that fastball, he runs it up and in, and Suppan almost looked back in surprise.
So Grace certainly didn't want to do that. Puts 2 men on base with 1 out for Devon White, who grounded out to short his first time up.
Mike Grace does not appear to be pitching with confidence that I've seen him in him before. Almost like he's very tentative and guiding the ball, trying to be perfect with pitches. In the past, when he's had success, he's been very aggressive, very confident.
Falling behind Devon White 2-0. Fair ball down the right field line, going all the way to the corner. Brady scores. It sticks in the padding. It'll be a ground rule double, and it's now a 5-2 ball game. RBI double for Devon White. 3 doubles in the inning for the Diamondbacks.
Oh, it's 2-0, and he just wants to throw a fastball, but Lieberthal is sitting away, and the ball comes over the middle of the plate, and that's one thing that Mike Grace, you see the ball gets caught in that padding in there. Galen Cisco is going to go out and talk to him, but Mike Grace has not had good command this year, and he's been hurt trying to throw fastballs away from right-handers. It comes back over the plate there. He's trying to throw a fastball away and cuts over the middle.
And the Diamondbacks are roaring right back. They have 2 runs in, runners at second and third, 1 out here in the second inning. Phillies still lead at 5-2. What really hurt Grace in this inning was hitting the pitcher with a pitch ball.
Yep.
Had him buried in the count 1-2, and Lieberthal went out to talk to Grace at that point because he kept fouling off pitches away, and they decided to come in. Well, he came too far in and hit him. Phillies do get bullpen activity. Darren Winston, the left-hander, gets up. David DeLucci singled his first time up. 1 strike to DeLucci. So in the early going, this has all the makings of a wild ball game. So ahead of DeLucci, no balls and 2 strikes. Francis Deaver of Sea Isle City, New Jersey, celebrating his 75th birthday today. One ball and 2 strikes to DeLucci. Call from Charlie Williams. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Throwing his fastball out there, right there. strike in my book.
Well, he got that one just about the same spot. He didn't get the previous one, but gets this one, and DeLucci is called out on strike. Second strikeout for Grace.
He comes back with the same fastball in the same exact spot.
Yeah. That's right.
Pitch before that might have been a little better than that one.
Batter will be Jay Bell. He was safe on an error his first time up. Slider just missed.
And with DeLucci up there, it looked like Gracie just said, screw it, here it comes. I'm coming after you. And that's what he does. That's what he does best. That's when he throws his best.
Fastball over, 1-1 the count to Bell. Big hitter for Mike Grace here. He's given up 2 runs. We can hold him with just the 2. Could give him a lift here. Phillies have 5 in his support. Fouled it off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two to Jay Bell. Slider missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ground foul. It's still 2-2. What that Phillies Clearwater Club record is, L.A.?
No.
24-7.
Wow.
Minor league's best record.
I think it's really a direct result of the whole farm system. They're in the past they've moved guys up, I think, sooner than they wanted to due to injuries and those types of things. Get some good young players and let them have good years.
Didn't get the call on a good slider. It's a full count. First base is open, but you got the dangerous Travis Lee on deck, so you want to go right after Jay Bell here. Gets through Lieberthal. Holding at third base, though, is Suppan. They didn't want a pitcher running. Somebody else might have scored. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Travis Lee.
Now this one, he just tried to pull it out there on the outside part of the plate. Just pulled it off the plate. Really not close at all. Lieberthal going over there trying to block it. Looks like it hit off the side of his glove. And Suppan's not sure what to do there.
Yeah.
With Travis Lee coming up, it's better off staying there. If there's any indecision, you can't go.
So here is Travis Lee with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He flied to left his first time up. Is slowing away. 1 ball and no strikes.
He's got a lot of pitches this inning too.
Two balls and no strikes. 5-2 ball game. The Phillies lead, but Grace having a lot of trouble here in this second inning. Bounces a foul, 2-1. Raymond Smith from Gibbstown, New Jersey, and Peg Tame from Gibbstown celebrating birthdays today. Two balls and a strike to Travis Lee. Missed wide, 3-1. Now Lee will look for a fastball to drive. Walked in, forcing it a run. It's now a 5-3 game, and Diamondbacks have batted around.
It's tough when you're not consistent and you don't have good command. It's tough to get pitches, but it might be a little low.
Matt Williams, who struck out his first time up, will be the batter. Won't bring Darren Winston in to face Williams here. Grace will get this one more batter. If he doesn't get Williams out, he'll be gone probably. 5-3, Phillies lead. Bases loaded with Diamondbacks and 2 outs here in the second inning. Missing just a little bit high. Bouncing ball, Scott Rolen. Low throw, great scoop by Rico Brogna, saves a lot of trouble. That will retire the side. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, bases left loaded. 5-3. Craig Jeffries pops it into shallow left, and DeLucci comes on to make the catch. 1 down here in the second. WB17's Mike Dardis standing by with a very special mom on Mother's Day. Mike?
That's right. Happy Mother's Day to Judy Amaro, the proud mother of Ruben Amaro. And you got to throw out the first pitch today. And coming from a baseball family, you tell me there was a lot of pressure on you to do it the right way.
Well, the only pressure the only problem we had actually was there was a controversy. I wanted to throw it from the box seat, and my kids said to me, my oldest son David and Ruben both said to me, no, Mom, you're not wimping out. You're going to get on that mound and throw that pitch. So I did. I bounced it, but I survived it all.
Now, you live in the area, and that's something that most moms don't get a chance to enjoy. Their son playing ball, and you live right here in the area in Pine Valley.
I do, and I feel privileged. I'm a lucky lady to be in the position I'm in today, being able to share with Ruben almost on a daily basis all his trials and tribulations in baseball in my hometown.
Well, hit to right center, out of here. Scott Rolen, his 5th home run of the year. The Phillies get one of them back. It's now 6-3. Phils here in the second inning. Mike, I know you want to continue with Judy, and I know that Judy was working on her splitter. That's why she bounced the pitch up there.
Yeah, you were working on the splitter, Harry says. That's why you bounced that pitch up there.
Oh, give me a break, Harry.
Hey, real quick before we let you go, let's go back to 1980, your proudest moment as a mom. You had 3 of your family members out there for the World Series win.
Exactly right. Ruben Jr., Bat Boy Ruben Sr., first base coach, and David in the dugout in uniform, snuck in from Duke University, trying to be like he's a ball player.
Enjoy the rest of the day, Judy. Harry, back to you.
All right, thanks, Mike, and thank you, Judy, as Rico Brogna gets his second hit, and the hits keep coming here at Veterans Stadium. We're in the second inning. It's 6-3 Phillies.
They're going to get some action down there in the Arizona bullpen. They're stirring around.
Probably that Barry Manuel again. He's already pitched part of this game. So it is, Barry Manuel. He will have pitched a full game if this continues.
Yes.
Here's Mike Lieberthal. He doubled his first time up. Judy Amaro is a very special mom. She made sure that the kids went to college, and she has Ruben, who graduated from Stanford, and David, who graduated from Duke. Pretty good institutions.
Pretty good conversation going on between those two, I guess.
She's quite a gal. Judy Amaro.
They sent Fabregas out there to give Manuel a little more time. He walked out there. A lot of times the manager will send a catcher out and say, hey, go out there and take some time. Go talk to him. Just basically kill some time out there.
Bronya did not have a big lead. He is back.
That's what it was, too.
Yeah. It was letting Manuel get a few more warm-up tosses, and it looks like Buck has seen enough from Suppan here. So Showalter didn't take the ball. Suppan
looked like he was trying to hand it to him.
He was handing him the ball. Buck says, wait a minute. If we got to stay out here, so do you. I don't know.
That's, well.
Yeah, he is now taking it. Suppan, a rough start, pitched only an inning and a third and gave up 6 runs at this point. Barry Manuel comes in out of the bullpen for Arizona. Pitching change. We're in the second inning. Phils lead 6-3. Back after these messages.
That's on photo night. There's a couple people bundled up against a chilly day here. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. A rather strange game unfolding here as we are in the top of the 4th inning. It's not had a real good pace to it so far.
It's at a walker's pace.
Devon White is 1 for 2. White grounded to short to lead off the ballgame, then doubled in a run in the second. 6-3 Phillies in the 4th inning. Uh-oh. That should be way out of here, and it is. A long home run for Devon White, and that makes it 6-4. Phillies leading this one at 1.5 to nothing. And the Diamondbacks just stay after him. And Galen Cisco is going to go to that bullpen phone again.
Is that 2-0?
Yes.
I believe it was.
Yes.
2-0. You're behind in the count as a pitcher. You throw something middle into a left-hander. That's exactly where that was. Knee high, inside half. That's where that ball is going to end up a lot of the times.
Devon White has hit Mike Grace over the years, too, as you see the swing here, Andy.
Well, he's just sitting on it. Everything's right there. He's got everything into it. He back legs it. He's sitting on a fastball.
He is now 6 for 8 against him with a double, 2 doubles, and a homer.
And I tell you, I learned a long time ago that hitter knows he's comfortable against you. You know he's comfortable against you. You know what he's doing against you, and you got to take him out of his comfort zone. You got to take him out of his game plan. Francona comes out. He
doesn't want to.
He usually doesn't come out like this, but
now they're trying to get Mike Grace straightened out. He had a 5-0 lead here today. Phillies desperately need to win a ball game. Going on the road like this, and just the way Buck Showalter was with his starter, Francona doesn't like the way things are going. So Mike Grace is going to depart after 3+ innings, and Darren Winston will come on. But both teams will be deep into their bullpens before this one's over. Phillies still have a 6-4 lead back after this.
Lead at 6-4. Scott Rolen leads it off. Rolen's had a good game. He has singled, homered, and walked. Facing Russ Springer. 1 ball and no strikes to Rolen. Two balls and no strikes. Watch this baby way out of here. Tremendous center field home run, Scott Rolen. His second of the ball game and his 6th of the year, and the Phillies now lead it 7-4. There's a no doubt about it.
Well, Scott Rolen, well, he's hit 2 long ones today. They're pretty easy to call. A high fastball. See ya.
Brings on Rico Bronya.
You mentioned that when Russ Springer was here with the Phillies, that was the one thing that he seemed to have a problem with throwing home run balls.
Yeah, he would throw a lot of long balls, strike out a lot.
Oh, a lot of
strikeouts, but also every once in a while leave one right over the plate.
And his fastball, he throws real hard, and it has a tendency to run back over the middle of the plate to a right-handed hitter the way it did to Scott.
No balls and 2 strikes. Now what Scott's got to do is get himself going on the road.
Really?
Here at home, he has hit, well, coming into the game, he was hitting .384 here at the vet, and he's 3 for 3 today, so that's probably close to .400 now.
That's now the 4th game he's hit 2 homers. 4th time in his career he's hit 2 homers in a game.
Bronya goes down swinging. That's the 2nd strikeout for Springer. And it'll bring up Mike Lieberthal. Well, Scott in this coming series will have his old pal Hideo Nomo to face.
Be a big build-up till Thursday. I don't think Nomo will hit him.
1 strike to Lieberthal.
It'll be interesting to see if Nomo pitches him away a lot.
That will be interesting.
They had a little confrontation last year. He'd had enough of being hit by Nomo and told him about it.
Scott's a pretty mild-mannered young man. I mean, Scott is not certainly a redneck by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
He's an easygoing guy.
He does have some presence.
Yeah?
He's big.
Yeah, he is.
Doesn't look at sitting down there.
You think he's a guy like Terry Mulholland, who's also mild-mannered and easygoing, who you don't want to see all that strength all of a sudden.
That's a good point.
Get angry.
Yeah, Terry was like that.
1-2 the count to Lieberthal.
The all-timer was Dickie Thon.
Yeah.
Dickie Thon was as mild-mannered and nice a guy, and nobody wanted to be near him in a baseball fight. Get away from Dickie Thon when things start.
Fastball fouled back and into the press box. Dropped by Frank Fitzpatrick and Tim Dwyer.
Tag team from the Inquirer.
Struck him out on a high fastball. 3rd strikeout for Springer.
And that's just what you're talking about. He's going to throw some home run balls and he'll get his strikeouts. And that's been Russ Springer.
Phillies Dream Week, the new long weekend, new lower price edition. Your chance to play alongside Tony Taylor, Greg Luzinski, Larry Boa, Larry Anderson, and the Trucker. For information about the new lower price and long weekend, Dream Weekend, call Dream Week at 215-938-1200. Bobby Abreu takes one over for a called strike. Phil's leading 7-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. One and one to Abreu. Bobby's 1 for 3 with a double. Laid off the high pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Cut, fouled it back. It's full count now to Abreu.
On this Mother's Day, Frank Pulley would like us to wish his mom Rose a happy birthday tomorrow, and he's going to go up to Easton tonight to spend the night there as the crew goes on to Pittsburgh. So happy birthday to Rose Pulley.
Fitting that it's Easton Area Day here at Veterans Stadium.
Yep. Only perfect.
Easton Area High School marching band performing before the game.
Frank's hometown.
Frank Victor performing during the game. He didn't have too much to do out there.
No, he didn't.
Hands in pockets.
He spent a lot of time talking to Vukovic. They're old pals.
Played off the high fastball.
He's got some action now. And the hands came out of the pocket then.
2-out walk, and that'll bring up Mark Lewis. Lewis's walk fouled out to right, flied out to left. Jerry Spradlin and Mark Leiter are up in the Phillies bullpen. I imagine they'd like to see Yorkis Perez go another inning. A lot of left-hand bats in this Diamondback lineup.
They're due to bat for Springer to lead off the inning in the top of the order. You'd rather Devon White hit right.
1-1 to Lewis. There's Yorkies. Dominican not used to this unseasonably cold weather. Towering foul out of play.
The Phillies would love to win this game and go 5-4 in the homestand. At least they've been able to play most of their games, as opposed to, say, the Mets, who have had a bunch of games rained out already. They lost a doubleheader to the weather today. And people hate AstroTurf, but if it serves one purpose, it helps you get your schedule played.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Lewis.
Well, Terry Francona looking on there, and nothing managers, well, I shouldn't say nothing. One of the things they really hate is when you get doubleheaders piling up, because it just kills your pitching. And the Phillies only have 2 so far, as bad as the weather's been this spring.
Springer strikes out the side, but the Phillies do get a run on Scott Rolen's second homer of the game. 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the 8th, 7-4 Phils. Major League scoreboard, the Dodgers beat Florida 4-2 behind Ismael Valdez. Atlanta over San Diego 8-5. The Braves have homered in 22 straight games. Galarraga and Javi Lopez homers in that one. Colorado beat Montreal 5-3 behind Darryl Kyle. Cincinnati just scored in the top of the 12th. They have a 4-3 lead over Pittsburgh, now batting in the bottom of the 12th. Cardinals and Mets washed out of a doubleheader. Houston leading 7-1 in the 9th inning behind Jose Lima. And San Francisco, Oral Hershiser, 3-0 over the Cubs in the 9th. Tampa Bay has beaten Baltimore 4-3. Kevin Stocker hit a home run in that game, his 4th. Boston's Tim Wakefield had a no-hitter through 6, went on to beat Kansas City 3-1. Yankees, boy, are they hot, 7-0 over Minnesota. They've won 22 out of 25. White Sox and Oakland are 1-1 in the second. Toronto and Seattle just underway. The night games, Detroit at Anaheim and Cleveland at Texas. And Mark Leiter will come out and try to save this game for Darren Winston. Leiter is appearing in his 17th game. He's won 2, lost none, saved 4 in 4 opportunities. An ERA of 2.04. He's gone 22 innings, 14 hits, 5 runs, 23 strikeouts, and 7 walks. And opponents are batting just 192 against him. He'll face Jay Bell here. See what he's done in the 4 save opportunities. The 1 run he gave up against Arizona the other night. It was a game in which he had pitched in 3 straight games.
Yeah, 2, and then 1. 2 innings, and then that 1 inning.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Jay Bell, who is 0 for 3. Check swing foul. So 1 and 2 to Bell.
Leiter's really simplified things this year. Basically fastball, slider, and splitter. Working from the third base side of the rubber instead of the first, and has had a lot of success.
Splitter comes in low. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bell. Strikes as Bell. Good pitch on the inside corner.
Bell started yapping at Charlie Williams right away, and Charlie just turned around and asked for a new baseball, and now he's almost forced to talk back to him because Bell's following Williams.
Yeah, Bell's got to.
I mean, he's got to get away.
He's got to get run.
Yeah, I mean, Charlie Williams did everything he could to avoid a confrontation, then to his credit. He really did. And then Bell walked after him. Here's the pitch. Bell thinks it's inside. That's a strike.
That's a strike.
It really is. I mean, and you watch. Well, we're not going to have any more replay, but Charlie walked away, asked for baseballs, and Bell followed him. Buck Showalter, of course, the manager out there to protect his player, and he stayed out there a little while.
Bell showing the frustration of this Diamondback club on this trip. It has not been a good trip to the East Coast for them.
Well, they're 4 and if they lose this game, be 4 and 20 on the road. I mean, that's not a lot of laughs. That doesn't breed camaraderie necessarily. And they have a lot of home games coming eventually.
Travis Lee has sent it deep to center field, but Glanville puts it away at the warning track. 2 down. Yeah, their team batting average on the road this year coming into this game was .211.
That's really low.
Here's Matt Williams, and he is in an 0 for 22. That is unbelievable that this year we have seen Barry Larkin in an 0 for 20-something, and now Matt Williams.
Larkins went to 0 for 30 before he finally got a hit, and then 2 for 44.
Chases a high pitch, 1 strike to Williams.
There it is in his last 6 games. There's that 0 for. Boy, you talk about frustrated. This guy's ready to eat the baseball, break a bat in half. He's such a competitor.
1-1 the count to Matt Williams.
Leiter and Matt Williams played together when they were members of the Giants.
You'd think Leiter would groove one for him.
I doubt it.
No, he won't.
No. Not on purpose.
1-1 the count to Williams. Hitting a splitter. Was that a slider?
Yeah, it was a breaking ball and a good one too. And you saw him chase it, so he certainly didn't give him as Larry Anderson likes to call it, a cookie.
1-0 0-2. Missing down and in, 2-2.
He really has good movement on some of those fastballs, too. That one they say was 90 miles per hour and it went down.
Full count now to Matt Williams. Fouls it back and out of play. Kurt Schilling will be pitching on Tuesday night at Dodger Stadium. Again, he'll draw the number 1 for the Dodgers, Ramon Martinez. Full count to Matt Williams. Struck him out to end the ball game. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Leiter, who saves his 5th in as many opportunities. Darren Winston coming out of the bullpen gets the win for the Phils. Good job of runless, hitless ball, and Scott Rolen provided a lot of the offense. Rolen going 3 for 3 with 2 home runs in the ball game. So the Phils have swept the Diamondbacks and end up with a winning homestand and vault that record to 500 with a win this afternoon. 7-4 final Phillies. Game that started on time and went 9 innings without delay. We'll be back with more from the vet right after these